So again, for you guys who are just tuning in into the series, this is actually game two between FC and DL. So these two teams have been with us since the dawn of Elite Gaming, which was temporarily known as Salamani Dota, but we're slowly changing that. So it's still the same thing. It's just a matter of, it's just a name change. So yeah. Anyway, so DL and FC have been with us for some time, and they're now playing with us once more in the Silver League. And it's a best of three series as per usual. And with us, sorry, and with you today is me and Coach, as always, of course. And again, DL actually made a convincing win in the previous match. Just it's not exactly a deathball lineup, but the draft was executed perfectly. And now FC has to take this next game for them to stay in the series. If not, the winner for tonight will definitely, of course, obviously would be DL, and it will be a very short night. All right. So into the draft analysis with me. Sorry, into the draft analysis we'll be guided through it by Coach Dora. So sorry, I'm a bit winded, Coach. I'm so sorry.
All right, all right. So go take a break for a bit while I handle the drafting phase. All right, so Folie right now, they banned on the Viper most notably because the Viper was the number one hero they had most trouble with earlier on. I think the Viper only died once. Yeah, there were so many times that the Viper was actually so low on health, but the Nature's Prophet was there saving the Viper's ass. So the Viper only died once, I think, and that was
Once.
already towards the end of the game. They really couldn't do much about it because the Viper already got his items and already caused so much trouble already for the team. So Viper's out already, and Folie, they take the first pick, Death Prophet. DL, however, they banned the Brewmaster. Okay, so maybe not the mid that they wanted to go against, but instead they got the Death Prophet. And DL might reply with, okay, so they do reply with a Faceless Void actually, and they have the back-to-back pick. So they might want to take advantage of that and get a hero that synergizes very well with Faceless Void, such as the Skywrath Mage, very popular in the meta a week ago. Maybe still as popular right now. There we go, Skywrath Mage. So yeah, Skywrath Mage is kind of the perfect complement actually to Faceless Void because of that long range level 1 stun. Has it been nerfed? No, the concussive shot wasn't touched, right? It was just the
No,
Mystic Flare.
Only the Mystic Flare. They added like 200 milliseconds to the duration.
Yeah, so it's
so
now
I don't know what.
2.2.
It's hard to tell. Yeah. Does it mean that over 2.2 the same damage would be distributed?
Yeah, same
So
damage.
because in that sense, it's hard to say if it was nerfed or buffed.
I think it's nerfed because it allows you to get force staffed out of the Mystic Flare area before it really deals damage to you. I think Mystic Flare works the same way as Torrent. Maybe not, no, because it's split, so not like Torrent, I think. Because Torrent actually has kind of an odd damage distribution mechanic. But anyway, yeah. Folie, earlier on, Naga Siren was actually banned out from the game by DL, and this time they have the opportunity to pick up Naga Siren. Let's see where they go with this. Will it be a ganking Naga Siren or a farming kind of Naga Siren? I think it might be more advantageous right now to keep Naga Siren just farming because the game is really kind of catered towards heroes that can take advantage of a comeback. Now, Naga Siren is actually a hero that can stage a good comeback because the Song of the Siren is either a good disengage or a good counter engagement skill. And Teamfight 1, because of the Song of the Siren, can easily turn the tide of the game around. So, might see something happen. Might see that comeback you've been waiting to happen in the Naga Siren. So, next round of bans are coming out. Folie, they banned out Witch Doctor and Tide Hunter. Yeah, they don't want the Witch Doctor Faceless Void happening again. So at least that's out. And DL, yeah, they banned out the Shadow Shaman because you don't want Shadow Shaman with a Death Prophet stacked on the same team. Even if there had been nerfs to the tier 1 towers. Yeah, it's no longer. Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
You don't have to wait 5 minutes in between now. If the tower goes down and you use fortification for it, then your fortification cooldown goes back. Um, is taken off cooldown. Your fortification goes back up, and that really prevents you from alternating like exorcism on one tower and then wards on another because they've already used the fortification. It gives more time for teams to react to those early game pushes. But right now, yeah, DL, they've still picked up the Earthshaker, Faceless Void, the Skywrath Mage actually and Earthshaker. Even if you remove Faceless Void, the Skywrath Mage and Earthshaker are just so good of a combination. So yeah, the Earthshaker went through the banning and is picked by Divinus Ludius. I think it was really a natural pick for them. But Folie, yeah, they go with the Enigma. They go for a really big team fight lineup right now. Death Prophet, Exorcism, and then the Enigma's Black Hole. You can actually easily set up a Black Hole with the Song of the Siren. You can just start the first half of your second. On the song, even if the song hasn't ended yet, you just put it there just to make sure that no one really moves out of position. And the song is cancelable, so you put the black hole there, and once the black hole is up, you cancel the song to maximize how many people you can catch in a single area. But next picks are going in, and it's Elder Titan and Silencer. Yeah, Elder Titan, I guess Elder Titan works really, really well with Faceless Void because the setup time of the Earth Splitter is, I think, 3 seconds, 3.14. So it's a high amount of seconds for Elder Titan's Earth Splitter to come off. But Faceless Void's ultimate is already 4 seconds at the lowest level. So if Faceless Void gets a Chronosphere up, then Elder Titan can practically guarantee Earth Splitter hitting a couple of targets, if not the whole team. And it actually
not to mention Elder Titan actually got a very big buff in this patch. He now has an Agonist upgrade, and if you get the Agonist upgrade, once everybody who are caught in the Earth Splitter also get disarmed. So it's an AoE Heaven's Halberd.
Oh, the disarm. So it kind of helps against carries, I guess. But not much against the Death Prophet, I would say, because the Death Prophet doesn't really rely on right clicks. They don't have the Silencer might be a solid right clicker later on, but that would depend on him being able to farm early. And the Naga Siren depends also. So maybe the Aghanims for Elder Titan is kind of situational in this case. I think you'd get that if your enemy is lining up. If your enemy is running something like a Phantom Assassin or a Sven, maybe it would be good to have that. But against these heroes, I don't really see too much of right click potential unless they get really, really farmed. So before that, Aghanims is still a situational pick for Elder Titan. But yeah, the disarm is a really, really interesting addition for Elder Titan. So last bans came out, the Tinker and the Batrider. Yeah, both of them actually quite annoying, but the Tinker I think should be less annoying to deal with right now because the Tinker is indirectly nerfed by actually it's the directly nerfed by removing the ability of March of the Machines to hit the Ancients. So he can't.
Oh, wow! I missed that nerf. Really?
Yeah, he can't farm Ancients anymore. He can't farm Ancients anymore. So goodbye,
somebody's
Tinker.
happy.
I'm happy. I know I'm happy. I hate Tinker. So, either way, Tinker was banned out, so we're not gonna see him either way. Last picks are gonna come in: Templar Assassin and the Wraith King. Okay, so they're sticking with the Wraith King, Folie. I think the Wraith King actually wasn't too much of a problem earlier on. Maybe just a couple of times that he missed using the wand properly. But Templar Assassin for DL. Do you know if they have a notable Templar Assassin?
I'd get ready if I were
DL, no, not really. DL is a little bit of a wild card team. Not in the sense that they have wild card players all the time, but more on that they don't really have each of their players doesn't necessarily have an outstanding hero that they can play with.
Because I know we have a team with a really, really terrifying Templar Assassin. It was
NLS. NLS and
NLS.
Phoenix.
Yeah, so that's Ivanova and Dim,
Dimitrov.
Dimitrov.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you know what? I just learned that I learned this like Friday last week before the match
Yeah.
that Dimitrov, well, of course, I don't know which is which, but Dimitrov and Ivanov actually used to play together. So they have more or less similar styles on Temper Assassin. I don't know if one of them taught the other, but I do know that they did play together. So
Oh. So a bit of a connection there, but yeah, both of them are really, really terrifying on the Templar Assassin and with Russian names also, Dimitrov and Ivanova.
yeah. Okay, so going back into the game, we do see sorry, it's with the introduction, so let's go over the teams quick. So DL is now sitting on the Radiant team after the first match. It's like this second match, the first match was won by Divinus, and now Virus is still sticking with the Chrono, with the Faceless Void just for that Chronosphere. Hell yeah, now going for the Skywrath Mage Temper Assassin being played by the buggy named player. I'm gonna call him period. And then Lover of the Light now on the Elder Titan and Wu on the Earth Shaker. Now for FC, they're now sitting at the what do you call this? Dire team. We have Praiser playing as a Siren. Oh, by the way, I did forget this. Praiser has a notable Siren.
Oh.
Yep, it does have a notable siren. I did forget about that, sorry. Anyway, Lacerta is now playing as Silencer, Zilith playing as the Enigma, Never Gonna Give You Up as a Death Prophet, and Wraith King played by Fangelan. And by the another thing that I have, one of the notes that I have with FC is that they have a good map awareness and wonderful ward placement in the first half of during the early game, but they taper off during the mid game. So that's something that they really need to improve on, I guess. This is based on their matches under us.
Yeah. Actually, you can note it on the previous game that just happened. They've kind of fallen off in using wards properly. But I don't think it was the wards, actually, because they didn't really get ganked. It was really just that they lost team fights. They couldn't win team fights. So it's not that, they were caught unaware, but even if they were the ones charging into a team fight, they would still lose. So, yeah, it's maybe it's more on that. The Naga Siren, however, the Templar Assassin might want to pursue now. Naga Siren is falling low. So, in the middle lane, I would say that the Templar Assassin is definitely winning this. 8 last hits against 5, and maybe a bit more as the Naga Siren is forced to retreat back. And on the other lanes, however, FC is kind of looking strong. The Silencer is performing well. He's actually left alone here, but the Elder Titan getting caught out a bit.
Yeah, and now we actually might see an engagement there, but no, Elder just picked up the regeneration rune, bottled it, and well, this is going to be a little bit annoying here for the Dire team safe lane, because now he has a regen rune. He will be more confident in spamming that Astral Spirit.
This is odd. I don't think you would typically see an offlaner with a bottle, but yeah, Elder Titan has a bottle and Boots of Speed. So, that's something. Oh yeah, because of the bounty rune, right?
Yeah. The bounty rune. Actually, I noticed this during the first game. See, remember the Nature's Prophet offlane for DL?
Yeah.
He was able to sustain himself because he kept getting the other rune.
Yeah.
So well, at least there's that.
So
and another thing though, this Elder Titan is actually, I don't know if I could say that it's a good pick, but because his spells can be casted from afar, he's generally safe from the spams coming in from the Silencer and the scripts of the Silent.
Yeah, harass from the Astral Spirit is actually quite annoying to deal with, but it was nerfed actually 2 patches ago. Maybe back in 6.80 or 79. The damage on the Astral Spirit with the Natural Order was actually really, really absurd. You can start one-shotting or two-shotting supports because with a big combo, yeah. It was actually popular for a bit of time, but they nerfed the damage and then the damage gain also from the hero. So,
Dire's middle tower is under
not
attack.
really too popular anymore, this Elder type.
Nothing to worry
But
about.
that's still an effective hero, I would say. Right now, they're zoning out on the ward 38 seconds, 40 seconds, and
Oh,
the Elder
wonderful
Titan.
play there from Elder Titan. Fanjalan was not paying attention. He did have the Wraithfire Blast, but he could have actually thrown that. Because that was like if he threw it like during the 3-minute 58 mark, it was enough a duration to give him time to pick up the bounty room instead of the Elder Titan. So small mistakes like that will cost FC this game.
Yeah, if he really wanted to get that rune, then he should have just stood there in place. No reason to move around. You're not fighting against a Pudge or a Mirana. So there's really no reason to move away from the rune spot. Yeah, he should have just stayed there, and he would have gotten the rune instead of the Elder Titan. But yeah, you do a misplay like that, and then you pay for it. So right now, yeah, we're almost 5 minutes in, and still no kills on both
Yeah.
sides. But right now, here the Silencer getting whacked by that Elder Titan.
Yeah, the Elder Titan. Oh wow, I did remember that he has a movement speed boost, and First Blood coming in there for Lover Delight at the 5-minute and 5-minute 4-second mark, and the Astral Titan buff actually was able gave him enough capability to chase Silencer down. Silencer is one of those heroes who have like an absolutely ridiculous slow movement speed. It's just too painful for him to watch. Like whenever he tries to escape from a gang or something, it's just so helpless. And now, actually, DL, the Tempered Assassin, might be out of position there. Diving in too far, the Refract could only do so much, and he falls to the Naga Siren. Wonderful micromanagement there with the illusions, chipping away at the Refract as he was preparing for the Riptide spam, for the Riptide cast rather. And now we see here, Craze are just waiting for the ball for the 6-minute mark for the runes. And now Fanjalan, this is the next rematch. Lover Delight is ready.
He
And
learned the lesson. He learned his
he
lesson.
learned his lesson. Yeah. He won't dance around anymore, and he will be able to get that bounty rune. And wow, very lucky for the Naga Siren though, because he was able to pick up a regeneration.
Yeah, coming in from low HP from the last engagement, now with the full HP regeneration. That's just so much of a perfect timing for Naga Siren. Let's take a look at the last hits right now. Pretty much even. The advantage, I would say, goes to Enigma. Goes to FC right now because they do have this Enigma. 26 last hits, and just from farming the jungle. The Silencer also has had a bit of free farm. The Elder Titan was able to kill him once and got a few more creeps after that. But Silencer's gonna be able to catch up since his lane guardian, the Wraith King, is already there. So might be harder for the Elder Titan to just move in and start killing the Silencer. That was what I was talking about. Oh, right now, you're in the mid.
Engaging
top
at the
lane.
top lane, they're trying to get the auto attacks on the Lover Delight, but he has the buckler there protecting him from the auto attacks. And well, that was actually quite essential because he was just down to 100 HP. So those attacks blocked were a big thing for him to sustain himself. Never gonna give you up. Is actually getting caught in the Chronosphere, but he was able to throw in an extra resist, but Virus doesn't mind. He knows that he can take this on, and they were able to take the pick off there. Execute the pick off there perfectly for themselves. So the Faces Void might actually go for another Midas. They're sitting at 800 gold, not even buying the components for the Tread. So I think they're going for the late game once more.
Yeah, DL I would say has a bit of a better late game just because of the Chronosphere. But yeah, an ultra late game Naga Siren is nothing you should just ignore. Especially since they also have a Wraith King. The Wraith King, when you get to the ultra late game, is very much a threat since you have to kill him twice. So it's practically double the HP and double the utility that you'll have to take away from the Wraith King. And the Naga Siren, of course, it's hard to gank the Naga Siren once she has the ultimate up. And especially since if it's a level 3 ultimate, then it's only a 60-second cooldown. So you'll have to dedicate a lot of resources to take down that Naga Siren. You have to make sure she uses the Song of the Siren and then attempt to kill her within 60 seconds after that. So late game, yeah, the Naga Siren and the Wraith King might be very annoying to deal with. Might be harder for Team DL to deal with. if they let things go
Oh,
beyond that. But right
at the
now,
bottom lane, we see an engagement there. Silence getting thrown down by the silencer, obviously, but Earthshaker who there has enough mana to just catch the Jar team off guard, but he will fall to the auto attacks of the silencer and the Wraith King. And Elder Titan is here to the rescue. He doesn't have enough mana to keep sustaining himself to chase these heroes down. It doesn't even have his ultimate yet as well, but yeah, it's going to be one quick pick up there for SC. And the global silence actually did a lot. It was a big thing. Oh, Quasco coming in. Oh, oh, ho, ho, ho. That was very funny. So apparently, we're pausing a bit because somebody from the Elder Titan's mom just came home. Because just if you're not aware, if you're not too familiar with the Filipino family scene, we are given like percent of the time to just open the door the moment that the parents come home. Else you're gonna get parental aggro. And Filipino players are so familiar with that. Anyway, Coach, earlier there was a funny scene here. I think it's not just the Fanjalan who dance around when it's waiting for the runes, because just now the 8 minute mark rune, the 8 minute rune was actually being contested between the Elder Titan and the Naga Siren. So the funny thing was Naga Siren was already there earlier, but she started dancing around. And the Elder Titan just walked in, picked it out, and stole the rune away from him. So I guess FC in general, they like to click incessantly when they're waiting for something. It's like a team habit.
all right. But yeah, they might want to be still right now, because maybe back then it made a bit of sense because you're not really sure if the rune is gonna spawn there, and you might want to move away depending on what's happening. But now you're guaranteed that the rune will spawn there. So as long as you're there before the rune spawn, you should just stick on the rune spot itself as much as possible. But right now, look at this. Both the silencer and the Wraith King are waiting on the rune spots. The Earthshaker might want to move in. The Wraith King, does the Wraith King see him? No, doesn't see him. Now she sees him, but Naga Siren picks up the bounty rune, and the other rune goes to the
Elder Titan.
The Elder Titan. Okay, so yeah, the silencer got damaged. I think he was hit. He was hit by the Elder Titan.
It was the same scenario. Elder Titan was just it was for FC to lose that rune. But they were just, I don't know what they're doing when they're sitting on top of the rune. They already have it. And the moment that they see the Elder Titan, they start to panic. And the Elder Titan just picks up the rune anyway. So Lover Delight now has the movement speed. He will just be chasing down Lacerta, and this wonderful play there coming from Elder Titan.
That's what I was saying, that's what I loved about Elder Titan before. You could two-shot supports, just Astral Spirit and then walk up to them and then two-shot them.
Picked down. And the Black Hole actually catches two heroes, but will it be enough? No supports coming in there. Not enough time there. Tracer getting silenced. No Riptide for you. 2 heroes. 3 heroes are down now. For FC, Silencer is still dead. Panjalan getting picked up. The Reincarnation will pop. Lover Delight has enough mana, just charging himself up. Has the Echo Stomp, and he might actually do this while he's duped. He gets stunned, however, and now the Lacerta is coming in. He does have what they call this, the last word, and Lover Delight might actually fall. Getting slowed by the Ghost here. Very unlucky, and the auto attacks will be enough. That's intelligence stolen, and that's the second intelligence stolen for Lacerta, and it's already the 11-minute mark. So a little bit of victory there, but a little bit slow pickup there for the ints for Lacerta.
Yeah, but the fight pickup says that it was a victory for FC. But
It was?
Well, here 600 gold for FC and negative 269 for DL.
I know.
I think it
I know
didn't
why.
count the silencer, the first silencer death.
Yep, it didn't. It was there though. Was it?
No,
I wasn't able
wait.
to
I
check.
think that
It
was
didn't-
just the Elder Titan death. So,
Yeah, I think it was Elder Titan death.
sorry guys, it's still a bit confusing for us right now.
But actually, in general, it's a bit misleading. It's useful, but the information is a bit misleading, I have to say.
Yeah, they need to tweak the time settings of that. Yeah, the thresholds for time for that. But for now, let's rely first more on
Our instincts?
Yeah, on how we did things back then, the manual approach. Yeah, but right now in net worth, it was around 2,000 in favor of DL, and now heading back down to only around 1,000 right now for DLFC, and still going down. So pretty even game in terms of gold and also EXP, pretty even. So not much of a difference. Game can still go either way, and not like earlier on at the 12-minute mark. But the Death Prophet died actually. But earlier on at the 12-minute mark, yeah, you could already tell that DL was dominating, but here not so much. But I think the thing to note here is that the Death Prophet still hasn't taken down the tower. 13 minutes in.
Top tower is being attacked.
I don't think he's actually even used the exorcism.
No, he did, but he was caught out by the Chronosphere during that time.
Oh.
Has fallen.
I did remember, like, it was the first time the Death Prophet died. It was an engagement at the bottom lane, and then the second time that they were able to pick off, I think it was the Earthshaker. I don't think the exorcism was pulled out there. So just as you said, this Death Prophet doesn't even. It's not. It feels that he's not that familiar with the timings for exorcism.
Yeah, you should just use exorcism as soon as you're up. As soon as it's up. Level 6, level 7, doesn't matter. Just use it as long as you have the creep wave advantage.
And oh no, a miss. It was a global silence getting casted there by Lacerta, but it's actually a bad call. I mean, if you're up against Faces Void, who's sailing at who doesn't even have enough mana to go for a Time Walk Chronosphere, and the Skyrock Mage already casted this Mystic Flare, it's pretty meaningless to cast your global silence. So it's a major mistake there coming in from Lacerta.
Yeah, especially
So they are
since the silencer, the global silence cooldown is very long, 130 seconds.
It is very
It's
long.
longer than the Chronosphere actually.
Yeah, that's what she said. Anyway, Lumberty like casting that.
It's alright. I think it's kind of funny anyway.
Yeah, so now we see Hellia now in full mana, 12 seconds there remaining for the Mystic Fair. Engagement coming in, Exorcism picks off Virus, so it's a little bit of a small win there. TP is coming in, we're now seeing Temporal Assassin, he is ready. He has the Azure Midas there. Gonna cast the trap, obviously Zilith has the Black Hole. Will he cast it? He's actually in position, get Silence, get Arcade Sealed, and he will fall. Exorcism actually picks off the, the Skyrock Mage at the back with a follow-up with a Carrion Swarm, so it's a small victory there from FC. Lover G-Light catching the the silencer during that team fight. Now Wraith King's also dead, never gonna give you up, it's just gonna give up, I guess. It's walking away to the safety of the tower, getting chased down by the Astral Spirit. So I can't, damn it, fight recap, why are you not showing in my end?
It didn't show in my end either. It's because they died in a big interval in between.
No, this is just, Valve, you are so confusing. Anyway, maybe I just didn't notice it because I noticed that it just pops in like for the first 3 seconds and it vanishes. It should be like there should be a button like, oh, I want to see what happened there.
Yeah, but I was looking at the Wraith King a while ago, and it's kind of sad. The Wraith King died 3 seconds before the reincarnation cooldown went off.
Oh, that's really sad because that's like the second time it happened.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
who had the Wraith King in the previous game? It was FC as well, right?
yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's
the
the
second
same guy.
same time that happened. We might see, it's a push in the middle lane. Obviously, Virus of Disciple has 20 seconds left on that Chronosphere. He's the only hero on the Radiant team who doesn't have his ultimate ready. Fangelan has his reincarnation. He's going to brave this one. But he gets silenced. Arcane Seal right there. It's just gotta put him off position. And Woohoo has enough mana. They can actually disrupt any backup that's gonna come in. Fangelan goes in for the stun, catches the Skyrock Mage, and Echo Stomp coming in from Lover Delight. Mystic Flare, wonderful combo there. But he didn't follow up with the Earth Splitter. If he did, he could actually have got the Death Prophet and Enigma. And Fangelan will actually fall just for the spams and everything. That's a wasted reincarnation right there. And now it's an even playing ground. Everybody can just pick somebody off without having to worry that somebody will reincarnate. So this is actually for DL to lose.
This
they
is
have the
interesting.
ultimate.
It
Yeah,
showed the
what-
fight
what is?
recap for me, even if no one died. It triggered. I can think it a screenshot right now. I should take a screenshot. It only shows that the Wraith King died, but there's no zero gold change, zero EXP change.
Oh well, it means that the trigger is
Death.
death.
Yeah, even if it's a reincarnate.
Mm-hmm.
So it triggers. So I take a screenshot right now, and I'll give it to you later. But yeah, it's there. It's kind of weird.
Okay, so well, everybody just chasing everyone else now. Now, Elder Titan is walking away. It's a little bit frustrating for me watching this because I know that FC has nothing that they can do to fight to defend against this siege. You know, team fight wise, they could win, but they cannot sustain themselves against a siege, especially if the attackers have like arcane boots. It's going to be very, very problematic for them. Okay, Fangelan now coming in. He doesn't have the reincarnation yet. They are tired of waiting. Global Silence coming in from the Silencer. Will the Black Hole actually catch somebody? Catches a single hero, the Separate Assassin. Chronosphere catches 3 heroes, by the way. Earthsplitter catches 2 heroes, Death Prophet, and the Silencer. And now 4 heroes are down. We're just waiting for Grazer to fall as well. Cat has to call in the song. And you know, this is the biggest mistake that FC did. They did have the song during that time. The whole time. He could have actually sung and waited for Enigma to get into position, but all bad calls from FC, all bad calls.
Yeah, in the drafting phase, I mentioned that you could set up perfect black holes if you use the song first. But yeah, if you use the song last and you get a poorly positioned black hole, then you're gonna lose the team fight because you're still fighting against an Earthshaker, you're still fighting against another Titan. By the way, the Templar Assassin got caught in the edge of the black hole, but she was used by the Death Prophet.
Oh, what the... I am feeling so depressed hearing that. Now, Refract coming in, but will not be able to sustain so much DPS. So a little bit of victory there for FC. They are now re-engaging. What they call this? The ensnare coming in from Nagasari and catches Woohoo, but they won't be able to kill him there. Wu doesn't have enough mana for Fisher, and he has to be careful because he might get auto attacked. And Fisher coming in now, plucking Lacerta in, but not going to be able to save Virus during that fight. Echo Stomp coming in from Lover Delight, barely escapes that. Oh well, he escaped, but you know, is it right? Barely escapes the Crypt Swarm, but he still gets caught, getting the dominating streak. Do they get enough gold? Wow, the gold change. They actually received a total of 1,812 gold during that last team
fight. It shows 523.
What the?
That's my recap. Fight recap. Gold change.
Okay, my
523.
My recap says it's 1,812.
Okay.
What the hell, Valve? Confirmed. Yeah. This is. I think they're just doing they're randoming numbers and they're showing it to us.
I'm not sure how this works because apparently we're seeing different things.
We're seeing different things.
Yeah, but I think we should still see the same net worth in the big net worth graph. It's
all right. What's showing on your end?
Around 2,000 in favor of DL and 0 EXP.
Yes, it's the same. What the hell with the fight recap, Valve? Come on. You're going to confuse your casters. Do you know that? And can you imagine this going down in the international and like Toby1 is talking about something else? And his co-casters, what the hell are you talking about? It's showing a different goal and they're gonna fight over nothing. Valve, you never fail to abuse us. Anyway, so going back to the analysis, Coach, while we're waiting for the next team fight.
Yeah, something I forgot to mention. Does the Astral Spirit gain a bonus effect from hitting illusions?
Not sure.
That would be interesting if he did, because that's still a lot of increase in move speed and damage as well. So, especially since Nagasiren produces 3 illusions, so that might be a bit of a contributing factor. But right now, something's happening.
So in the middle lane, Silencer had this global silence to save himself. Silencer, you do not do that if you don't have anyone to follow up for you. Oh, they were trying to actually engage because the Inverun is up on Fanjalan, and well, they were hoping that they could pull something off. So, well, I haven't seen a good global silence yet, coach.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I'm sure of. So now Wraith King is just walking with the Radiant team to the Roche pit. So they know, excuse me, they know that something is up. Does Enigma have the Blink Dagger? No, not yet. He's still like what, 200 gold short, 250 gold short because Blink Dagger is more expensive now, like 150 gold expensive, more expensive. Oh wait,
100,
250 to
100.
100 gold. So it's going to be maybe 5 more creeps before they pull this off. Oh, they're going to steal the Roche bit there. Kronos faces Void going to escape to the top, to the high ground there. The Sterta getting hit by the Earth Splitter. Varus itself will might actually fall. Wonderful play there from FC. They were now able to take 3 heroes during that last engagement. Now, they know the Temper Assassin is waiting here. He's getting rages out of his mind. He's getting damaged by the slam. Wonderful play there from FC. They know that the refract doesn't have anything against a radiant. So wait. Do you have the fight recap? How much does it show on your side?
2,292 for
Okay, we're at.
FC.
Oh well, this time we're the same.
All right.
Oh, I know what happened, Coach. I have an idea what happened. So during the last team fight, it was a whole. The entire engagement can be divided into 2 sub team fights, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you clicked earlier and I clicked later. That's why it shows a bigger sum on my end.
Oh, all right.
So maybe it's not Valve's fault, but still. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be a push there because they now have the EGs up on the. Who has the EGs anyway? The Death Prophet. So a little bit of comeback there coming in from FC. They do have. They now seem to be more capable in the last team fights there because I think they're starting to sync. So Enigma now has his Blink Dagger. No, he's going for a BKB. Well, as you said, you can actually just go in with a song and then have it just walk over the team fight, not having to blink in since everybody's just staying still anyway.
Yeah, but the Naga Siren might be more concerning than the Enigma right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the Naga Siren has the Radiance and it's gonna start giving her a lot more snowball gold and farm.
Mm-hmm. Naga Siren is like, oh sorry, this is off topic, but Naga Siren has one of the most.
Most what?
Yeah.
Okay, you're choppy right now. So while you're trying to fix your Skype, I suppose. Let's see what's happening right now. I think they're gonna go for a gank attempt on the Elder Titan. The Enigma is on position. He's moving in and cast the Malefice on the Elder Titan. And wait, there's a pause. So there's a pause going in right now, but I don't think DL can respond to this either way, because the Elder Titan is just so far off from anyone. And does he have a TP? Doesn't have a TP. He has a TP, but his teammates can't TP in to save him because the tier 1 top is down and the tier 2 tower is actually still far off. So if they pursue right now, they might be able to catch the Elder Titan. The Elder Titan still has 1 more instance of Malefice coming in at around the second. And the Wraith King maybe 1,000 units away. Maybe the Death Prophet can get there first with the Yules. Might be able to cast the Yules on the Elder Titan before the Elder Titan gets away. Since the Death Prophet does have 462 move speed, it is considerably fast. So alright, so G is coming in from both teams. They're not gonna engage on the Elder Titan right now, and everyone backs off. So yeah, passivity on both sides. FC, they don't want to risk it right now because they do have the net worth advantage, and I think they know that. They won the last team fight. The score is dead even right now for Team 13. But yeah, they did have the Roshan advantage, and they still actually have single tower advantage, just a tier 1 bot. But yeah, I think that easily makes up for the simple 2,000 gold difference that we see here.
Oh, wonderful. The start actually coming in. Can you hear me, Coach, by the way?
Yeah, you're good
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, so the team fights are now coming in at the middle lane. Woohoo blinks in, goes to disable the never gonna give you up, takes the Aegis with an Earth Splitter, and now they would actually take this. Okay, they're timing the enchant totem properly, but the movement speed from Death Prophet is just too fast, and the Melt Strike literally melts Death Prophet during that last engagement. So let's look at the fight recap. It seems that, well, definitely big advantage swinging into the way of DL. So they're going to the push here, and it was a wasted Aegis, I have to say. It was literally a wasted Aegis during that last team fight. And Silencer going for an Orchid Malevolence, Coach.
Okay, I don't think Silencer really needs an Orchid because use an Orchid on a hero that has high damage dealing capacity and can position himself well behind the enemies, so he can deal a lot of right click damage or any kind of burst damage onto an opponent before he recovers from the silence. And yeah, Orchid Malevolence heroes usually something like Lynx or Nature's Prophet, yeah, they have the ability to engage from the back, and that's what makes them very good carriers of Orchid Malevolence, or something like Storm even, yeah, because they have initiate abilities. But Silencer doesn't have an initiate ability, and he already has the silence if he needs the silence. And
yeah, he's actually a Silencer.
yeah, right now he's not gonna deal too much of damage, I think, I would say. He could have, instead of going for the Orchid Malevolence, should have gone maybe for a 4-staff and something else. 4-staff is actually just cheap too. Maybe a 4-staff and the Yules, when you combine them instead of the Orchid, might have been more useful. But yeah, I don't think the Silencer can take full advantage of that item. But yeah, let's take a look at the items for now. The Templar Assassin actually has a Yasha. We have here at the bottom lane, something's happening, however. The Faceless Void might be able to get away.
Yeah, he will be. So it's going to be a denied bottom tower there. Oh wow, that bottom tower actually lasted so long.
Yeah, that was actually their 1 tower advantage over Team DL. But yeah, they denied it right now, so shouldn't make too much of an impact losing it at this stage of the game. But yeah, we take a look at the items. They have DL has 2 Midases on their team, on the Faceless Void and Templar Assassin. On both of their right click damage dealing heroes, they have Hand of Midas, and right now actually the Templar Assassin has Manta style.
Yeah, okay, so this is an imminent team fight, imminent engagement here at the bottom lane. Exorcism getting casted here by Death Prophet. Somebody went in. No, it was actually just smoke there. The illusions are now harassing everybody at the bottom lane, disabling any blink there if there are any. So wonderful play there. Mystic Flare getting casted on an illusion. Hell yeah, will fall to Radiance and auto attacks. Wow, wonderful play from Nagasire and Versus Disciple going in, get with a time walk but getting silenced instead. So that's definitely a fall. Black Hole on top of the Templar Assassin here. Wonderful Earthshaker coming in with an Echo Slam and Enchant Totem, and he still has that Fissure. No, the Fissure is still on cooldown, getting silenced by the Death Prophet. Fanjalan has an Incarnation, standing there staying still for a second there. But now, will actually start going for the Templar Assassin, but the Meld Strike is just too much actually. So if Fanjalan actually makes a wrong move, he will die. Templar Assassin goes in for the Ultra Kill, so it's just the Death Prophet who is remaining here, and she will actually just walk away with the drums and the Yules and the Witchcraft and the face movement speed. So yeah,
So
it was actually going well for FC until they completely forgot about the Earthshaker.
yeah, at this point in the game, I think they're not really playing as cohesive as earlier on. So they've been losing quite a bit on the team fight side of things quite lately. They've actually lost the gold advantage already. Now it's 2,000 in favor of DL. Still not too much though. 2,000 gold earned is easily still turnable, and the EXP earned as well right now around 3,000 maybe in favor of DL. But yeah, they still have the Naga Siren, and the Naga Siren is known very well for prolonging games and being a very capable late gamer. Actually has the boost of travel right now, along with the Yasha. Might be able to upgrade that into a Manta style soon. Maybe 2 more minutes or so, 3 more minutes. But yeah, either way, the Naga Siren wants to drag this game out as long as
And
possible.
Enigma is going to get picked off there. He won't waste that Black King bar because he knew that he was already dead. Now it's going to be an exchange there. Scarlet Mage for the Enigma and now chasing the Temper Assassin down. Oh, Mel's just right in time, but he's getting willed down by the Radiance. So going for the Meld Strike on Never Gonna Give You Up. Will it be enough there? Silence coming in from Lacerta. It's BKB popped by DL. It's going to fall to the auto attacks. And now we see another team fight at the other end of the map. Chronosphere getting casted on top of 2 heroes. And now 2 more heroes will fall for FC, leaving the Naga Siren alone, and she will fall. So another bad play coming in from FC. They're just constantly out of position,
Yeah,
giving themselves away.
FC hasn't been able to win the team fight in quite a while right now. Fight recap shows that, yeah, DL did lose 2, but they got 3 in exchange. So, I mean, they got 4, but it doesn't show on my recap that it got 4. They only got 3 according to mine.
That's I have no words
Alright,
for what
so-
Valve is trying to pull. Anyway,
Yeah, because I think the team fight count is different from the recap count. I'm not sure though, but yeah, let's take a look at the items. Stasis Void, still not too much. Only has a Master Madness and the Maelstrom, but in terms of net worth, still not too much. But right now we're on the bottom lane.
yeah, it's going to be an engagement there on top of Lover D-Light. It's just too tanky right now with a Plate Mail and the Mechanism. It's gonna survive there. It's going to transition into an Echo Stamp, catches 2 heroes. Black Hole catches 2 heroes from DL. 3 there with the Elder Titan. So it's going to be a big swing in favor of FC. You know, can you show me the fight recap, Valve? It's over. No, it's not yet. Lover D-Light's getting auto-attacked in by Naga Siren. So that's 4 heroes dead. Temper Assassin is just so far away. And I'm still waiting for the fight recap to show up on my end. Please show it. Yes, okay. So we see 3,200 gold advantage there for FC. And experience change, it's a total of 8,000 there for FC. Each of everybody getting 1,617 experience during that last engagement.
Wow, so that's a lot of EXP.
Mhm.
In terms of EXP, yeah, we're seeing a downward turn in favor of FC right now, and net worth, yeah, also going down. So might have been a change there, and they're gonna get Roshan.
It's going to be uncontested as per compared to earlier where they actually stole. They not literally stole, but they took the Roche opportunity from DL because DL was just out of position. And I think they have been losing team fights because mostly the face White has been constantly out of position. I have to say,
Yeah,
like he's always caught off guard or throwing in the chronosphere a little bit too late or something. Well, I know that the past team fights, DL have been winning, but in general, the way that Virus has been playing this Faces White in this particular game is a little bit off than how he performed in the previous game.
yeah. I think the gold advantage right now is heading in the favor of FC because if I check right now, it's pretty much even. Yeah, pretty much even, less than 1,000 on both sides of the graphs on the EXP and gold graph. So it looks like we have a very even game right now, but towards the late game, I don't know. I think the Naga Siren still has a bigger game winning capability. Templar
Yes, and
Assassin is silenced and locked down.
Yeah, in the top room there, somebody is singing. Okay, so Crazer have been singing, locking down the Temper Assassin there, but the BKB is up, so that's gonna do anything. It's a 3-4-1 exchange, and now chasing somebody down. Yes, they're chasing the ES down, and this is going to be a push in the middle lane. So we might actually move in to game 3 if ever, because DL is just constantly losing team fights as of late. So yeah, so tier 2 tower down. Exorcism still has like a good just 2 seconds remaining there anyway, so that's fine. But they still have enough capacity here to push. They do have the what do you call this? Eidolons here to help them out every 30 seconds. And well, you have the Nag Siren illusions with the regents, so it's going to be relatively easy to get the pressure on.
Yeah, but they've decided to back out right now somehow because maybe I think it's because the exorcism isn't up for the Death Prophet yet. And they might want to play a bit more cautiously this time. Yeah, but right now, definitely an advantage for FC, right?
Yes, yes. Definitely advantage for FC, especially since the Boots of Travel is up on Grazer. It's going to be, it's going to be hard to fight against Naga Siren, who can just leave the illusions, rages everybody out, and then TPs on other lane. Much like how Tinker, Terrorblade, who else? Nature's Prophet, and everybody who picks up a rages or who is dependent on the pressure. Who has the pressure capabilities. It's going to be really hard for TL to shut them down. And Naga Siren is nearing 3,200 gold, which might be part of the Rask purchase. Are you there?
Yeah. I was checking what items the Perseverance builds into, because it doesn't build into Bloodstone anymore. They replaced that with the Soul Ring and the recipe.
I think you still have the Lincoln Sphere and the Refresher Orb for that.
Yeah.
Oh, in the Battlefield.
The Lincoln Sphere, the Refresher, and the Battle Fury. But no more Bloodstone, and that's probably the only difference that happened right there. But yeah, I think a Bloodstone would actually still be useful for the Naga Siren just to make those illusions tankier. But yeah, either way, it's the Lincoln Sphere apparently. It's Lincoln Sphere for the Naga Siren. So it's not gonna be hard yet.
Who is it for?
The Lincoln Sphere?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Crazer.
Yeah, but who is it for? Like, who is he using it against? Like, against a Skyrath Mage?
Maybe no one in particular. I think that Fisher doesn't trigger the Lincolns anymore.
Yeah, so it just leaves the Skyrath Mage actually.
So it's just the Skyrath Mage with a targeted ability.
Do you think it's worth it? I mean, if it's for Skyrath Mage and you have the BKB anyway.
No, I don't think it's worth it at all.
Yeah.
Would have been better if it were a Bloodstone, for example, because
sorry, my bad. He doesn't have the BKB. I was looking at someone else. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so the Naga Siren did have the Perseverance. A Bloodstone might have been useful, but the Lincoln Sphere is not too much because it's only against the Skyrath Mage. Maybe a Battle Fury. Does the Battle Fury affect illusions? I'm not so sure.
Okay.
Illusions get cleaved? I don't think so, right? Maybe not.
Okay. Coach, side note, do you have are you on speakers or something?
Do I have feedback right now?
Yeah, I mean, players are popping in, sending me messages that we have feedback.
Alright, sorry. Gotta lower that a bit. Because, my headphones? They're broken.
Oh, crap. That's bad.
Yeah, they couldn't stand too much casting, I actually broke them by wearing them out too much.
Wow. Well, you know what? That's actually a rare thing. With gadgets, because normally they what do you call this? They break down out of either you lose it or you drop it. So congratulations, Coach, for wearing out the lifetime of your headset.
I think I can still recover my my headphones. I just need to replace the ear pads. They're actually the ones that broke, so I can't wear them properly anymore. But yeah, might want to buy new ones instead. But either way, I think I lowered the volume, should be a bit better now. So let's take a look at the game situation. Right now, we have a big net worth lead for FC, 7,500, and EXP around the same mark as well. But would you say that this game has been affected by the new comeback mechanics? Because if I take a look at the EXP lead, it's been up then down, then up and down as well. And the net worth is kind of the same story. It's been swinging in both directions. So, are those swings a result of the new comeback gold and EXP changes?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think?
Okay. Can you repeat that? I didn't catch your last few sentences.
All right.
I was like thinking, yeah, I get it. And then suddenly my mind, like, I lost you.
Okay,
So can you repeat that? Yeah.
yeah, take a look at the net worth and EXP earned. Yeah, the net and EXP graphs. It's been up down on both graphs. Now, do you think those swings are caused by the new gold and the XP catch-up mechanics?
Yes, I have to say, because if you look at it, if you divide the graph, I'm looking at the graph right now, and if you divide it into certain areas, like what do you call this? Treat them as if they were separate positions. So and then you could see that the way that the what do you call this? The graph behaves is that it's kind of always proportional. So you can actually normalize it, and you would notice that every time something curves into the favor of another team, it has to do with a recent team fight. So I have to say yes, because normally in our previous games, whenever somebody is getting stomped or snowballed and then they win one team fight, the graph doesn't really behave this way. It's more the general trend is still, it behaves as if it's still going in favor of the team who is doing the snowball. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really dive into. Okay, so we have a disconnect. It doesn't really dive too much, right? The only thing it does is lowers the difference a bit, and doesn't change the direction of the advantage at all. But now it seems to do so. So might be interesting thing to note. So that means that FC by all means can still lose this game even if they have the advantage now, and it might turn to a similar scenario as we see in the net and gold and the XP graphs. It might be an upswing entirely towards the favor of DL the next time FC get team wiped. So yeah, let's see what happens. Game might not be 100% perfect, or 100% really stable and balanced, but I'm sure it's really, really definitely interesting at the very least. So it's the changes have been interesting. But right now, let's take a look at both teams. Both of them have been extremely passive. No tower pushes, I think, in the last 5 or 10 minutes even. And FC right now, they do have a crazy farm Nagasiren, but they're still not willing to push high ground.
And I don't know if they can, because you have the Elder Titan, and then you have the Earth Shaker Avenger, and then you have Temper Assassin. What do you call this? Psionic Blades.
Yeah.
Blades.
But-
So yeah.
But they do have the Death Prophet, so they should consider sieging with the Death Prophet. Just get those exorcism spirits to deal damage on the towers, and you can play it safe by doing that. But they're playing it too safe. I think they're just scattered around the map, very far from the objectives, and I don't think that's the right way to go about being safe. But right now the Earthshakers got out here.
Yeah, and he actually it's a very quick pick off there. Like within a second, one of those 1 second pickoffs with a double damage on top of the silencer, sitting at 24 intelligence. And now they see excuse me, Sky Mage there out of position, but he force staffs himself out into safety, and he has the TP there. He has to play it safe this time because FC can still go around the jungle and catch him. So without the Earthshaker, they don't have any means. DL doesn't have any means to defend this, so it's going to be good. I mean, it's going to be easier for FC to, push or something. Okay, I think I'm still having some problems, so I will have to. I would call you. Give me a second. I'll call you again in Skype.
All right. So both teams still playing a bit too passive. Right now, 10,000 gold advantage in favor of FC, and EXP earned around the same. They've only taken one kill from in the last 5 minutes, I think, from that solo Earthshaker. But yeah, they're still not pushing high ground. They are gonna attempt this Roche, however.
And they're going to take it.
Yeah, perhaps uncontested. No one really is in position to do so right now. DL is just standing in base, waiting for something to happen.
And they're waiting for like one big swing in their favor. So I don't think it's gonna happen with them just turtling in the high ground, because the entire FC team is consuming their entire jungle, and they have the DL can only rely on the creeps that are coming in from all the lanes.
Yeah, the tower advantage here, the map control, just really shows how much you can get choked out. You know, if you don't have those towers, you're losing. Not only are you losing farm on your side of the jungle, but you're also giving it to your opponent. So it's kind of a double bonus for the ones with the map advantage.
Radiant's middle tower
It's what do you call this? It's a propagated error or something. It's going to continue to the consequences are dire. Pun intended. Anyway, so it seems that they were able to pick off. FC was able to pick off the middle tier 3 tower. So now the middle lane for DL is bare.
Yeah, and the Death Prophet still has the Exorcism up, so they can actually just move in and push, and maybe use the Naga Siren's ult to initiate. Everything is off cooldown. The Enigma Black Hole is off cooldown. The Naga Siren is actually beyond level 16 already, so just has the 60-second song of the Siren. But that's still already okay to use. And the Silencer also has the Global Silence, so you know, with these ultimates that are actually very good in team fights and taking down buildings, I'm still really curious as to why they're not being aggressive right now. They have a lot of good reason to take down this mid tower, mid set of racks, but I guess it just really boils down to that they are still afraid, probably still afraid that a comeback might happen, still afraid that you know, those small throws can be the difference between them having a massive advantage right now, 14,000, to them ending up losing this game just because of minor error. So the game kind of encourages a passive kind of playstyle, you know.
It does, and actually, it's one of the biggest reasons why I hate this patch. Because now, if okay, here's my bet. Okay, consider the pub games, right? Because the pub games define. It's not necessarily the professional league, but it has an effect on what works and what doesn't, or basically what meta will be used in the professional league. So you take the pub games and then you try to graph the average, the death count for each game against the time. And then you're going to see that, unlike in the games before, where you can actually, whenever you have a high KDA ratio for your team against the opponent, the game sometimes tend to end faster, because that's essentially a snowball. But now you are seeing long games with very low KD. So this means that yes, the game is starting to become more passive than expected. You know, it's like what's starting to happen, and I don't know if this is intended or something. Maybe it's just an emergent behavior, but it's really what's happening in the pops. You know, and we're seeing. I believe we're going to start seeing longer games to cast, Coach.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that.
I think they're really not too sure as to how the number could be. Right now, we have a big engagement going on.
Yeah, we can see that catching only a single hero there with the BKB Global Tiles getting casted there by the Cerca, so 2 heroes might actually fall there. BKB up on ZL getting their crack in, but the Rages might actually pop the Temple Assassin down. Fisher blocking the way there to help the Temple Assassin, so the bottom lane will get pushed as well as the middle lane. So buyback coming in from Faces Void. Will they be able to go in for this? He doesn't have this ultimate yet. He gets used up into out of position. So now Fisher coming in, catches Silencer there. Disciple catching that Enigma there, so Death Prophet actually fall, and the Wraith King actually gets zapped by the Thunderstorm proc. So now never gonna give you up. Again, it's just walking away. Woohoo blinks in with the Enchant Totem, followed by a Fisher. Maelstrom coming in. Oh, he's just too tough. The Plate Mill from the Shiva's Guard and the A-Shape from the Heart of the Rax, sustaining this Death Prophet longer than he should. So while everybody's chasing down this Death Prophet, the top Rax was pushed by Krazer, and this is going to be mega creeps for FC. Big mistake that coming in from DL. It's going to be, what do you call this? It might actually be a GG. Song casted by Krazer, he walks to safety and then TP's out.
Oh!
Stun! Wonderful stun there coming in from Woohoo, and Krazer will actually be picked off. Bye-bye there, Naga Siren. That was a pretty bad play. Please show me the fight recap valve because I'm waiting for it. Bye-bye coming in from Naga Siren. He might actually go for a boost of travel in, you know, or just try to defend, I guess. So a big swing in gold there for DL, netting a total of 2,838. So that's a lot, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think that's enough. You know, they did a full 5-man wipe already. All of them died. I think except the Death Prophet. The Death Prophet was able to walk away, right?
Yeah, he was.
Because she had the heart. But yeah, everyone else died, even the Naga Siren. A big misplay from her. But still, yeah, they've lost all of their axes. They now have mega creeps to deal with. So I don't think they're gonna come back from this. But yeah, they're having one last team fight just for good measure.
And now Wraith King is actually getting pops his ultimate. Lopez is coming in from the silencer. Is the song up once more? Did it just cool down just earlier? Okay, so it's just a 1 minute cooldown anyway. So song up again, putting the DL out of position, and they lose the team fight once more. So it has to be like a GG call. I don't know how DL will be able to defend this. Is everybody buyback ready? No buyback from this. Why? Okay. No buyback. We have a buyback for Temper Assassin, so she could actually go back into play. Scarlet Mage has no buyback, so it's only going to be Temper Assassin, Earthshaker, and Elder Tyrant. So I don't know if it will be enough. Okay, Blink in coming in from. Okay, Naga Siren gets picked off. Oh, he wants to finish it, so he dies during that time. No buyback for Naga Siren. 2 buybacks coming in. Earthshaker and Temper Assassin. Earthsplitter getting casted. Catches no hero there. But Temper Assassin will be able to catch 2 heroes during that last team fight. Show me the recap. Another big gold advantage there for DL. So Temper Assassin with his sideways, he might actually do a push and just keep attacking the creeps as they walk in a line, in a straight line. So it's going to be up to the Elder Titan and the, we call this, Earthshaker to defend this base as Temper Assassin try to push the mega creeps. But I don't think she has enough damage to do this. I just don't think she does.
Alright, so you know, these last team fights, I think they've been in favor of DL in terms of just kills. So yeah, we take a look at the XP advantage. Is actually a massive upsurge for DL, and the gold a bit of a turn actually. So, but yeah, they're just so far behind already, and they've lost all of their buildings. Yeah, literally all of their buildings except the throne. So, you know, this is just really prolonging the inevitable.
What kudos for them for really trying so hard. I guess they don't want to move into the third game.
I think the only way for them to win right now is that if Temper Assassin buys a Divine and then Faceless Void actually also buys a Divine.
Good point, actually.
If they add 2 Divines, then maybe there's a chance, maybe. But otherwise, you know, if you're not gonna buy a Divine, then you're just gonna get your base pushed out bit by bit by these creeps. Because these creeps are, I think, around 4 times. 4 times as big as the, or 3 times rather. 3 times as big as the non-mega part. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, more or less. So yeah, and yeah, actually, to be honest, Divine Reaper, the way I see Divine Reaper is that it's a what do you call this? A last resort item. So if you know you're already losing anyway, so the risks for taking a Divine Reaper is next to nothing, right? Because you're not going to lose anything anyway since you're losing. So if you're losing, you can actually pull up a Divine Rapier and just try to win a team fight with that Divine, because it might actually win you the game.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah, unlike like buying a divine, even though you're winning or you're a complete advantage, the risk is higher because you actually have something to lose. But if you're losing, you know, so yeah, you're right. Maybe they could put it up with a divine, but they have to play it well if they do.
yeah, but either way they're getting pushed in. We have
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
the heroes of FC converging
mm-hmm,
towards the mid, especially the Naga Sirens pushing
mm-hmm.
way down there at the bottom lane. You know, they can't
Oh
defend
crap!
everyone.
Do you see that? Just in the middle of the lane now.
Was
The
that
Chrome Spear
was
was
that an
used
empty
on an
Chrono Spear?
illusion. It was used on an illusion. So this is obviously a GG. It was the biggest mistake that they could ever make
Yeah, but
during the past
either
part.
way, I don't think they could have won either way.
Mm-hmm.
There,
Yeah.
there we go. That's a victory black hole right there, and the GG is called by Team DL.
Wow.
Yeah, so actually that was a way more interesting game than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, we saw up and down swings, and the kill score was actually kind of even. So up until maybe 10 minutes ago, you still couldn't be sure as to who would take that victory. But right now, yeah, Folie Cinq tied the series 1-1, coming back from a devastating game 1 loss and picking up with a well fought game 2 match. So right now, again, that's 1 win each for Divinus Ludius and Folie Cinq. So that
Mhm.
means we're gonna move into game 3.